Virgo full moon on March 12th brings with it a grounding energy. That's because Saturn is forming a powerful T-square to the Sun in Pisces and the Moon in Virgo, as well as Mercury in Pisces. We are in the cycle of Pisces, and we had a very powerful solar eclipse in Pisces at the end of February, the last eclipse in Pisces. So it was a new moon, which can often mean new beginnings, but it brought with it many completions. You can feel as if you're in a cycle of new beginnings and completions as we cycle through this last sign, Pisces. Pisces is about spirituality, creativity. It's ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is very strong at this time. He is direct and in his own sign, Pisces, and so it gives him tremendous power. So at the full moon in Virgo, and Virgo is an earth sign, so Pisces is water, Virgo is earth, Pisces is intuitive, Virgo is practical, and so it is about balancing both parts of your brain, your intuition as well as your logic, your hunches and psychic abilities, as well as being grounded down to earth, logical, practical. Balancing both worlds will empower you at this time to make right choices and live your best life. As we move through the cycle of Pisces in the sea of completions, the sea of many lives, past lives, future lives, where time and space collapses, and we are swimming in the sea of all you've ever been. It is a time to be creative. It is a time to be open to intuition, intuitive hunches, creativity. The sun is in Pisces. Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom and truth, is coupled with the sun in Pisces. Chiron, the wounded healer, is coupled with Mercury in Pisces, Pallas Athena in Pisces, Sun in Pisces. And there is powerful Neptune, the god of the sea, in Pisces. So we have water element, emotions, feelings. How do you feel? How are you taking care of you? As the Pisces energy opposes the moon in Virgo and T-squares Saturn in Sagittarius, this is a time to look at where you may be out of balance and what you can do to empower yourself so that you are being grounded, because this energy is so spiritual and emotional at times. We can be out of our body, and that's why we want to take time to ground and anchor in the body. Be here now. Your power is in today. The choices you make today will empower your tomorrow. And so be here now. Be in the present. Make right choices today. And look at where you may be out of balance. Maybe you've been working too much. Maybe you've been maybe partying too much, with the Neptune rules drugs and alcohol. And we can easily do too much and not realize it. So it's not about saying no to life or living or having fun. it's about creating that balance so that we don't just keep eating too much or drinking too much or smoking too much or doing anything too much. Balance is the key. And maybe perhaps, working out more. I like to focus on building muscle because when I focus on building muscle, then the weight stays intact. So it's not about, oh, I gotta lose weight, because you never want to lose anything, right? If you're trying to lose something, you're gonna want it back. You want to release weight. You want to release something that you don't want anymore. That way, when you release it, it's gone for good. So with Saturn, we want to focus on strengthening the body, building muscle. When you make that your focus, the weight falls off. Because whenever we diet and tell ourselves we're not going to have something anymore, we just want it more, right? So we want to work with our psychology, and we want to work with the tools that we have and look at the imbalance. Okay, where am I doing too much? Where am I, putting too much energy out and not getting enough back? Is it in a relationship? Is it with other people? Am I too focused on others and not looking at what I'm doing? Or have I been such a workaholic that my relationships are neglected, my personal life is neglected? Here is a fabulous opportunity at this Virgo full moon to really ground and get practical and look at where is my imbalance and what can I do to empower myself so that I am making right choices. Now, another energy that's in here that's really interesting is Uranus. Uranus is the disruptor. Uranus is the awakener. And the Pluto-Uranus are ongoing. They are still disrupting the governments, the institutions, because it all needs to change. If it's not based in love, if it's not putting people first and the environment, then profit, the transformation, the breakdown is going to continue. And so with Uranus, it's making an awkward aspect to the moon. Uranus is saying, hey, think out of the box. Stop doing the same thing. What's that saying? You do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. It makes us kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? So Uranus is saying, hey, do something weird. Do something different. And that's, I talk a lot about this in the April forecast because Uranus is really powerful in April. I notice this with myself is that sometimes the universe, will put me in a situation or send someone my way that, I find them very weird or what they're telling me is weird or what they're doing is weird. And it can feel really foreign or uncomfortable. But it's exactly what I need to hear at that moment. It is exactly the person I need in my life at that time. And you can get like, oh man, this is, this person is foreign or weird or strange. But you know what? They could be bringing you the biggest gift that you need, because what happens to us is we get comfortable and we limit ourselves. We can limit ourselves through our own self-imposed limitations. And Uranus disrupts all that. Uranus shifts and shocks and surprises. And it can feel really uncomfortable at the time. But when you look at it, if you can just step back and go, okay, maybe I do need to try something weird. Maybe I need to try something new and strange, which is actually innovative. And that's what Uranus is saying here at this Virgo full moon, where Saturn is very late in Sagittarius. Saturn is at 27 degrees Sagittarius, and he gets up to almost 28 degrees in April, and then he retrogrades April 6th through August 25th. So we will be getting a break from this Saturn energy. However, he is in positive energy flow with Uranus at the Virgo full moon, And he's in positive energy flow with Mars, who's very early in Taurus, at almost 2 degrees Taurus. And he's also in harmonious energy flow with Jupiter in Libra. So it's like the universe is saying, don't get boxed in here by your beliefs, by your ideas, by your patterns that maybe for a long time they've worked and have felt comfortable. At this time, they're no longer working for you. And not only is this comfortability holding you back, we're saying try something new and get innovative, get creative, because if you move out of the box and think out of the box and allow for whatever strange new person the universe is sending your way, however foreign they may be or foreign the situation may seem, it may be exactly what you need at this time to break free and reach for great solutions, new opportunities, exciting possibilities that are coming your way. So for all of us, I think it's really important to be open to what may seem a little weird or strange or new in thinking and perceiving, in understanding, and it can bring you freedom. It can bring you expansion of consciousness, expansion of opportunities, expansion of understanding. And so here at this Virgo full moon, we have this opportunity to be incredibly intuitive with this beautiful Pisces energy and creative and open to new ways of living, new ways of working, new ways of loving, new ways of being, new ways of creating. And Saturn is there with the Virgo moon saying, balance that with your duties and responsibilities. Balance your emotional needs with what you need to finish, what you need to get done. What unfinished business do you have that you need to take care of before we move into the cycle of Aries? What unfinished business do you need to take care of in work, in your personal life? And now is a wonderful time to bring things to completion. Full moons mean completions. And this is in Virgo. And Virgo is all about your health habits, your work habits, your psychological diet, how you feed yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, how you take care of you. Remember, your wealth is in your health. The better you feel, the more you can achieve. The better you feel, the happier you will be. You'll feel good every day. And you're here to feel good. You're here to feel great. You're here to live your best life. Virgo also rules your karma in the world, which is your soul purpose, why you're here. Everyone has a dharma, a soul purpose. And your number one purpose is to be happy. Because when you're happy, you spread the light. And when you spread the light, it wakes people up. It encourages them. It inspires them. It uplifts them. What could be a better purpose than that? Find a way to be happy. Find a way to feel fulfilled. Because when you find your passion, when you find your joy, you're spreading the light. And that's what it's all about, is for everyone to be happy. And through that joy, you empower others and you encourage them to find their joy. And we do that by balancing our personal needs, our emotional needs, our physical needs with our work responsibilities, our priorities. And this is a wonderful time here in March to be balancing what you need physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually with your intuition, your creativity, your spirituality, your emotional needs, what you need to feel great, emotionally happy, and let go of what no longer serves you, right? Because the squares or the challenges here, they compel you to action. And Saturn is exactly squaring Mercury right there at the end of Pisces. And so that's a time to really look at, what do I think? What do I think on a daily basis? And how am I giving my power away? Am I too focused on the negative? Am I too focused? Am I watching too much news? That'll bring you down faster than anything. Is there that news right now? The vibration is so low. And you know what? If we could vote with our remote, right? Use your remote as your point of power by not watching the news, by only watching things that make you feel happy and educate you. Wow, what a message we would send to them. Then they would get rid of all that negative news and only give us news that actually matters. And that would change everything. Is if the media would also get on board with the new energy and use their services to empower us. And so use the remote to send a message as to what you want. And what a powerful message that would be, because Neptune rules the movie industry. It rules the music industry. It rules television, right? Because it's all about fantasy and illusion and dreams and creativity and acting. Some of our best actors are Pisces. And because in Pisces, you have this ability to become anything. And when we're in Pisces, you have an ability to become any person, live their life, get in their skin. Meryl Streep is a Pisces. Drew Barrymore is a Pisces. And who do we love more than these incredible actors? Meryl Streep, for instance, is always winning awards because she has that ability to get in there and become anyone. And that's the gift of Pisces, is you have the ability to release the ego and become the person or the situation that you want to embody. And that is the ability, right? And Pisces is ruled by both Neptune and Jupiter. That's why it's such a money sign, because they have the ability to manifest from nothing into the physical, prosperity and abundance. Pisces has the ability to see the treasures, the gold, where we look and we don't see anything. We look and we go, no, I don't see anything there. And Pisces will look and go, oh, I see something. And they pull out the treasure. They pull out the money. They make money where the rest of us don't see the opportunity. So every sign has its brilliance. Every sign has its gold. Every sign has its strengths. And with Pisces, it's the ability to move beyond the ego and become whatever it is you want to become. And at this time, at this Virgo full moon, it is about balancing that creativity, that intuition with being practical, getting our work done, and not getting in our own way. So if Saturn is showing you something at this time, maybe it's an idea that's holding you back, or a belief, or a way of thinking that is in conflict with your goals. Maybe it's in conflict with what you want, right? And, you could, want a soulmate, right? However, if you're thinking negative about that, then you're pushing away what you want. And so this is an opportunity to really look at what you believe, what you think, what your truth is, and allow for Uranus to adjust that thinking, adjust what you're feeling. And even if it's a foreign thought, even if it's something you never thought was possible, or it's something that you didn't even know, right? How much do we not know? Like quite a bit. And the older you get, the more you realize that, right? Is that the older you get, the less you know. And so, as Uranus is over there going, hey, I'm weird, but you know what? I have a great idea for you. I have a great relationship for you. I have a great opportunity for you. However, you got to get out of the box. You got to get out of that limited thinking. You got to get out of those chains that bind you to give birth to the new you, to give birth to the new opportunities that are on the way for you. And I know we're in this Venus retrograde cycle, and that doesn't mean it's not a great time for romance, right? That doesn't mean you don't have relationships and have fun and, be out there and enjoy life. It's just a time to hang loose on big commitments, right? So you can be romancing with someone. That doesn't mean you have to get married right now. You can hang loose on that part. Have fun, right? Take an attitude of, hey, I like you so far. Let's see where it goes. Oh, I'm having a great time with you right now. Let's just keep going. And we can make commitments in May. We can make commitments when Mercury goes direct on May 3rd. And so doesn't mean you don't have fun and you don't date, you don't go out. You live your life and you take advantage of the amazing opportunities that the universe is sending you. And you also rid yourself of limitations that are holding you back so that you create the space for what you want in your life. We need to create the space for a great relationship. We need to create the space for a great business or expansion of business or upward movement in work. Anything that you want to create the space for it to come in. Now, as we move forward here in March, the sun will exactly square Saturn on the 17th. So that'll be a day where we will have an opportunity to make, more changes that are appropriate for whatever it is we want. And that is the key with Saturn. He will show you where you need to make a change in order to have what you want. And that's what it's about, making right choices and changes to have your heart's desire. Then on the 20th, the sun enters Aries. Yippee! And we have the Aries Equinox on March 20th, which is also International Astrology Day. And that's because in Western astrology, we celebrate the first day of spring as our new calendar. When the sun enters Aries, that begins our calendar. And so it's a really big deal for Western astrologers. And I love the Aries Equinox day. The sun goes into Aries and Venus is in Aries. Mercury is in Aries. Mercury enters Aries the day after the full moon. And so he just, merges with Saturn on the, at the full moon. And then the next day he is flying forward. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. And Mercury is flying forward here in March, which means, you can get a lot done and you can achieve great things and you can be very strong in your thinking. And so with Mercury in Aries, things are going to really start to, the tempo of life is going to pick up for all of us. And now we have the sun in Aries, Venus in Aries, Mercury in Aries, and Uranus is in Aries. And so we have all this firepower coming in here at the Aries Equinox. New beginnings, new starts, new cycle of energy. Positive energy. Fire is very positive and uplifting and inspirational and creative. And so here's where you can begin new things and feel born again. Feel like you're making a new start in your life, making a new start in 2017. And it's interesting, at the Aries Equinox on March 20th, the moon is in Sagittarius, and it is exactly coupled with Saturn in Sagittarius, both at 27 degrees. This is very significant that the moon is coupled with Saturn just a few days after the full moon in Virgo. And this is speaking to the leadership of women, where women around the planet are being asked to take a leadership role, to step into power, to do what empowers them. This is about the empowerment of women and men. And it is not to displace men, it is not to be men, it is about the feminine principle and the feminine role on the planet that has been lacking for thousands of years. Ordinary women are being called to leadership roles throughout the planet, and it's beautiful. It is time for women to take a leadership role. And we're seeing this everywhere, and it's just amazing, and it's so beautiful. And really what women want is soulmate relationship. Women want partnership. And this is what's changing on the planet. And I think men want it too. I mean, because men want to be accepted for who they are as well. And I think that's the message for all of us, is to not judge people by their age or their gender or their race, but to see people based on their character, based on what they're contributing to society, what their legacy is, what they're leaving behind when they cross over, as we all do. And so this is about really looking at what we believe and what we hold as our values and our greater truth. And what we want to see in society is a balance of the male and female energies, a balance of empowered men, empowered women, empowered golden age families, and empowered children. And this is why women are being called to take a leadership role and to empower themselves so that they are fulfilling that role in this dawning age of Aquarius, in this completion cycle of Pisces, which is about compassion. The highest level of Pisces is compassion and understanding, and we need to embody that first in order to embrace the age of Aquarius, which is the age of empowerment. And so this is what is happening now, and that's why anything less than love is falling apart. Because love is truth, love is freedom, love is the answer to every question. So love you so that you can be there for others and do what's right for you, and listen to your intuition. Listen to your soul. Listen to your body. The body is the messenger. And do what's right for you and be happy, be in your joy, because that's what spreads the light.